Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to take a look at the top 10 most likable characters from the Big Bang Theory show. The show's characters were definitely the driving force behind the Big Bang Theory's popularity. The four main nerds, and their array of friends, lovers, and co-workers, made the program entertaining and engaging for fans throughout the course of its 279-episode run. From the very beginning, many fans loved the Big Bang Theory characters. Whether it was due to their quirky traits, their display of fortitude in the face of a bully, or their good-hearted humor, these incredibly likable characters were the driving force behind the show's success, longevity, and creativity for so many years. The first on our list of great characters is Chin, and how entertaining his annoyance with the gang was. Chin, played by James Hong, was the owner and manager of the Szechuan Palace Chinese restaurant, which was a place the group frequently ordered takeout from and occasionally visited. As a result, Chin made 2 appearances in the first season. To put it mildly, he found the gang annoying and often humored himself when talking to them. Every time the group went to the restaurant, Chin was forced to listen to Howard's slurred and incorrect Mandarin. He was a straightforward, but funny character who lacked the tolerance or desire to put up with the antics of the gang. He was certainly a fun character to watch because of his realistic portrayal.
Can we get an order of dumplings but with 3 instead of 4?
No substitutions?
This isn't a substitution, it's a reduction.
Okay, no reductions.
Fine. Bring us 3 orders of dumplings. That's 12. We'll each have 4.
Well, that works. No, if we fill up on dumplings, we need to eliminate another entree.
No eliminations. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring you the 4 dumplings. When I'm walking over to the table, maybe I get bumped. One of the dumplings fall to the floor. No one has to know.
I'll know.
哎呀，咁樣都有嘅呢？
The second spot goes to Zach, who became a fun romantic rival to Leonard. Zach Johnson was one of Penny's more notable ex-boyfriends. Unlike Kurt, who frequently treated Leonard with disdain, Zach really seemed to love him. Zach was the complete opposite of Leonard, since he was tall, not very smart, and outgoing. Zach was a breath of fresh air for the lads, who were constantly being bullied by people who were bigger than them. He also seemed to really like hanging out with the guys, and was genuinely interested in science, despite the fact that he understood very little of it. He even donned a Superman outfit for their superhero costume contest.
Look up in the sky! It's a bird! It's a plane! I forget the rest.
All right, let's get this thing over with.
His relationship with Leonard, although one-sided, was grounded and helped to further develop Leonard's character. Leonard only hated Zach because of his past relationship with Penny. However, he eventually realized that his hatred of Zach was due to his own pettiness and insecurity.
I don't know. Still wasn't very nice. Milk Dud? Oh, I love Milk Duds. Okay, we're cool.
Number 3 is Stuart, who was a great supporting character to the whole gang. Although Stuart started off as the creepy comic book owner, he ended up being an important supporting character for the series. He provided several scenes of comic relief that were either already funny or needed some lighthearted cheer. Stuart's story was unobtrusive to the overall plot, and he had a very niche role in the show. On top of Stuart's supporting character status, he wasn't exactly a nerd like the other guys. He was more of a geek and added a bit of flair and diversity to the somewhat homogeneous cast of characters.
The monster foods, they're really fun.
Oh, yes, thank you. I like to think of fun things like that because I'm fun. I'm not clinically depressed at all. I gotta tell you, this is the most holiday fun I've had since my therapist changed my anxiety medication and I stopped caring about the blood in my stool.
Number 4 goes to Beverly Hofstadter, who was an unconventionally funny character. Beverly Hofstadter, Leonard's mom, was a cold, bitter, and judgmental person. Essentially, she was the female version of Sheldon but maybe even more extreme. And, to an extent, she traumatized Leonard when he was younger, which meant the character's humorous scenes were her only saving grace. Beverly didn't have the same sense of humor as most of the other characters. Rather than being nerdy, she was more science-minded, and her humor was frequently accidental. Because of how well these elements worked together, the character was surprisingly likable.
Yikes.
Oh, that is fascinating. I'm noticing an immediate lowering of my inhibitions.
Number 5 is Mary Cooper, who was very caring and motherly to everyone, but especially great with Sheldon. Mary was shown from the beginning as being at odds with her son. Mary was a devout Christian, whereas Sheldon had an interest in science. However, despite their major ideological differences, Mary always cared for Sheldon as a mother should. She disciplined him when necessary, but was always there for him when he needed her, especially when he decided to run away from his friends. Compared to the other parents on the show, Mary was by far the most endearing. Although she was fanatical at times, she was exactly the mother Sheldon needed.
Back home, there's a girl works at the Walmart. Tall girl. Woman could hunt geese with a rake. Thought she'd never find a man. Then one day, wouldn't you know, Harlem Globetrotters come to town.
Well, Howard and Bernadette had their baby.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, have they decided to raise it Jewish or regular?
Our number 6 spot goes to Leonard, who was a good friend to Sheldon, even when he wasn't in the mood. In the show, Leonard was pretty normal compared to his other 3 pals. He was the series' main protagonist for a while, and lacked any real noticeable quirks or traits. Leonard's only problem was his belief he'd been dealt a bad hand in life. His family had problems, he wasn't very tall, and he had been bullied as a kid. However, despite it all, he was still an excellent friend and roommate to Sheldon. At times, Sheldon could be extremely difficult to deal with, let alone live with. Regardless, Leonard stuck by him until the very end, and truly cared for his best friend, despite being regularly insulted. He continually pushed Sheldon out of his egotistic shell, so much so, that in the series finale, it was Leonard who made Sheldon realize there was more to life than winning the Nobel Prize.
Really? The second he stops talking? Well, should we wake him up?
Well, he did say if he fell asleep, we were allowed to slap him awake. Wait a minute. Why do you get to do it?
Because I called it.
Well, you can't just call it. You have to earn it.
Oh, and you've earned it.
No one has earned it more than me.
We're gonna want a record of this.
Oh, yeah. Do it in slow-mo. I want to see his cheeks ripple.
Ready? Go.
It's happening!
Number 7 is Penny, who was a much more developed character than she seemed. Penny was one of the main anchors for the show. Her growth from the pretty, superficial girl next door to Leonard's wife brought life and heart to the series. She had layers to her character, and each season, fans got to explore a little more about her. She genuinely cared about the gang, despite the fact that she was frequently annoyed by their antics. In reality, Penny would do pretty much anything for her friends, which isn't a trait she shares with most of the others in the group. Despite being annoyed by Howard, she was the one who originally brought Howard and Bernadette together. She also was able to get Leonard Nimoy's autograph for Sheldon, and was the first girl Raj was able to speak to, sober.
So sorry.
Oh, it's my fault. You know, I finally found someone who's right for me, and I drove her away. What? I am unlovable.
That's just the booze talking.
No, it's not. I haven't had a drink since last night.
So, tell me more about the future mother of my children.
She's adorable, Howard. I think you'll like her.
I just told her you're an aerospace engineer. You speak 5 languages.
6, if you count Klingon.
At number 8, we have Sheldon. It seems it was Sheldon Cooper's innocence that fans found the most charming. No other character on the show had the naive nature that Sheldon did. It was refreshing, since it gave him a sense of youthful innocence. In spite of being a grown man with a lucrative doctorate position at Caltech, he was really just a straightforward boy who lived in a social and cultural bubble. This occasionally made him act childish. But most of the time, it made him oddly endearing. Sheldon's quirky and frivolous traits, like hiding money in a Green Lantern statue, were part of why he was such a beloved character. He never needed to tell a dirty joke or date a ton of women to be funny.
Totally gonna be summer. What?
Just Sheldon's onion ring. Just put it back.
It's one onion ring.
Put it back before he comes.
Who touched my foot?
Penny did it.
Why would you do that?
All right, look, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, but that is your second strike.
What?
You have 2 strikes. 3 strikes and you're out. Ooh. Boy, that is a treat that's hard to beat.
Number 9 is Raj. Raj certainly had a multifaceted personality. He added more than just diversity to the ensemble cast of characters. Raj's life was well examined in the series, which in turn highlighted the complex facets of his character. He was more than just another one of Sheldon and Leonard's bright buddies. He was also a cook, a dog owner, a wealthy kid, for a while, and a lover of romance. It felt like every episode of The Big Bang Theory revealed something new and different about Raj. He remained an exciting and engaging character to watch, which made falling in love with the character easy.
Okay, so let me see if I got this. Leonard, Howard, and... I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Isn't there university policy against dating graduate students?
No, if you can talk to him, you can ask him out. Damn, there's always a catch.
Saturn 3 is on.
I don't want to watch Saturn 3. Deep Space Nine is better.
How is Deep Space 9 better than Saturn 3?
Simple subtraction will tell you it's 6 better.
Last but not least is Howard Wolowitz, who was definitely an over-the-top scene stealer. Howard always seemed to find a way to steal every scene he was in. He had a special way of drawing attention to himself and bringing out the laughter, whether it was from his ridiculously funny comments or his wildly funny attire. This alone made him a well-liked and well-known figure. The entire theme of the show can be found in Howard's character. However, besides his humor, he was a surprisingly loyal friend. He truly trusted his companions and would do anything to help them, even Sheldon.
Different language will help. Russian, niet. Chinese, bu. Japanese, ie. Klingon, ko. Binary coded ASCII, 011, 0111, 0011.
Being very rude.
No, I'm not. They're all being rude, and you're being rude.
Me? What did I do? Oh, Howard. Stop talking about space so much. Nobody likes it.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again next time.